Hey fellow air gunners, I've been playing around with Daisy hollow points for a little while. This is like, I don't know, 23rd, 24th, 10 of 500 of them, and they work really good in all my air guns. They're made in Barcelona, Spain now, and not in China. Uh, they're in bed with Gamma, and quality really went up, and I like them a lot. They work really good up to 900 feet per second. They hold about an inch group at 50 yards or less, depending on your gun, and really good for backyard pesting. Hunting, they open up really quick. One of the things I noticed, a couple of my guns like to shoot them a little too fast because they're set up for slugs. So I was trying to get around that a little bit and thought about filling the hollow point in the end with silicone, kind of like Hornady does with their FTX. Hydraulic expansion is the idea. It won't clog up the hollow point with hair or feathers and make it act more or less like a Diablo or a Full Metal Jacket and just punch right on through. So I got to worry about ricochets or pass-throughs, and being in a backyard that's about 40 yards and houses all around, it's not real cool. So I took some RTV and I filled the hole in the hollow point with silicone and let it cure. And I got some Play-Doh, about the closest thing I'm going to get to so-called ballistic gelatin. Think of this as hillbilly ballistic gelatin. There you go. I got 4 pounds of this stuff at Dollar Tree, and I've tested a bunch of pellets into it. It seems to work pretty good. But this is what I come up with. Now, it doesn't come apart too good. So you got to cut it with fishing line, and it just turns into a mess, and you still got to pick them out. You can't see a wound cavity, but I am getting penetration that's measurable, and as you can see from the picture here, you can see the size of the pellet. Wow, this is hard to do. Okay. This is what a pellet looks like when I fill them full of RTV, and then I scrape the top of it off while it's still wet. Just smear it off and clean the top. I do it with a razor blade. It's really quick. No time at all, and hardly uses any RTV at all. But anyway, this is basically a Daisy hollow point pellet, 15.4 grains. This comes out to about 16 grains after it's cured. That's their general shape. This pellet was fired at 702 feet per second out of a low Liberty on low. This one was fired out of a different Liberty at about 725 on low. This one was fired at 900 on high. This one was fired at 935 on high. And this one was fired out of one of two that I have that shoots slugs. This one was fired at 1,056 feet per second. And as you can see, it came apart. Man, this is hard. I don't know how the hell Steve Shalley does this. But kind of like the JSB Hades, it came apart in pieces. Unlike the Hades, which splits off into 3 fragments, this came off with like a collar. And it was about 3/4 of an inch back away from the tip. But pretty fun stuff. These are awesome pellets. For $7 for 500, and you can do crazy stuff with them like this. I mean, everything I hit with these pellets. And I killed 4 birds tonight, and one was out at almost 85 yards with my LCS SK19, shooting at 915 right now is what it's shooting at. These seem to have a little bit higher ballistic coefficients than these. As I said before, this pellet on this 10, that's what they used to look like when they were made in China. As you can see, this is the shape of them now. But the ballistics on these pellets, I figured it 0.18 or up to 0.22, but it's still low, and it's like shooting a parachute. But I think it went up a bit with this, because when I hit the one bird tonight at 85 yards, there was a little bit of a smack to it when it hit it. So I think I got a little bit more downrange energy with this. And for some guys down in Florida shooting iguanas, this might be a little better option. But still, man, up close and personal, 50 yards, wow. Daisy hollow points are smacking. But if you want to play around, put some silicone in the tip of them and let the fun begin. Anyway, hope that helps you guys. Have fun. Be safe. Thanks.